Welcome back to my top 100 Geekery here on Geekanomicon. There's a couple games I'm going to do without any. There's a few games I'm going to be doing this without any game footage because I just don't have access to the tech for it. So, this is one of them. And there's one game I'm not doing because of my bipolarism, which we'll go over next, believe it or not. This, though, is one half of Metroidvania, the other half being Castlevania Symphony of the Night. Super Metroid popularized Metroidvania along with Symphony of the Night. Without these two games, there would be no Hollow Knight, or Hollow Knight would be vastly different from what it is. It is one of the first action platformers I ever finished. It is such an addictive run through. I even went through and got my timing down on it. It was released in March 1994, April for the US, on the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. Metroidvania means you go through areas and you can't get to some areas until you've uncovered certain items that help you get through those areas, and then the map and areas start getting bigger and bigger the more things you find and get and more enemies you defeat. It's a fantastic game. Metroid in its own right, the original one on the NES, did something unheard of, and it couldn't have been unheard of. There was a big reveal at the end that Samus is a girl. And there's nothing wrong with that. I have two of her amiibos behind me, both Zero Suit and regular Suit Samus. Samus is one of my favorite characters just because of that. I don't like the fact that, hey, here she is in athletic wear. Who cares? And I did beat Super Metroid down to get the good ending. I beat it, and the time limit was needed to both see her in the suit, with that sand suit, and actually I freed the animals at the same time. If you watch games done quick, they always have a thing: do you want to save the animals or not? And they have that as a donation pool thing, which I'm like going, that's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool way to get donations to charity through geekdom. Samus, just amazing. If you followed me long enough, you know I love her. Hey, if you haven't played Metroid Dread, I highly, highly recommend Metroid Dread or Samus Returns, which came out on the 3DS. Both are excellent versions of this game. I wish Metroid Prime 4 didn't get hung up in development heck, but COVID and Nintendo not liking what was being done at the original studio kind of put massive delays on it, which I have no doubt it got put on the back burner so that Breath of the Wild 2 could come out, which is fine. I always appreciate it when a developer will go, no, we don't like what's coming with this. We're going to stop and redo it ourselves. And that's literally what happened with Metroid Prime 4. The Metroid Prime series is not on this list. I do love the games, but they're not on this list. The other M I didn't hate, but I did have the same issues everybody else had with it. The Super Metroid, though, will always be the number one Metroid game in my book and the top of the Metroidvania food chain. I highly, highly, highly recommend it. I believe you can get it on the Switch through their online store. Play it. It holds up to today also graphically. I highly, highly recommend it. With that, I will see you guys in the near future. Thank you for watching.